What's up guys, today we are going to be starting a new series on the brand new Minecraft faction server, play.ruthlesspvp.net. In this video we rate our biggest enemies who left a crucial mistake in their base design, and later we build a trap for future PvP. If you are looking for a good balanced faction server, then this is the place to be. If you are the richest faction by the end of the wipe, then you will receive either PayPal or Buycraft money, whichever one you choose. To add to that, if you play on the server, you'll receive a free rank by typing /buy, clicking the Buycraft link, and using code CRIZ at checkout with the villager rank. If you do want a free rank, then hurry because this code will only be available for 40 redeems and some have already been used. For the time that I've been on the server, the PvP, rating, and community in general have been amazing. If you want to play with us or be in a video, well here's your chance. Hope to see you guys there, and let's get into the video. Alright guys, so to kick things off, we are going to be opening some crates here. So I got a lucky and legendary key here, and I'm pretty sure the lucky key is not as good as the legendary, so we're going to be opening that one first. And I guess we're going to be joined by FatBabyPugs here. And, okay. Alright, I have no idea what the point of this is, but let's go open the lucky crate first, I guess. So it's this key right here. See what we get. 50k. Alright, so that is pretty big actually. So now my BAL is 55k, so we got a lot of money now. That is really good. Alright guys, so I'm about to open the legendary crate here, and inside you can get a blaze spawner, creeper spawner, a bunch of money, a cell wand, wither king kit, which is the best kit on the server, another legendary key, or god rank. So this is like a voucher I can give to someone and they can just right click and they can redeem it. And I'm probably going to be giving that voucher to my friend if I do end up getting it, because he's been having problems joining the server and I feel really bad for him. And on top of that, he never had a rank on the old server that this is based off of, so he doesn't really have anything. Alright, but we're going to be opening the legendary crate now, and we got FatBabyPugs watching us here. And yeah, so let's see what we get. And yeah, here's the huge pool of stuff here. Let's see what we got. 100k, so we got 100k from that crate, guys. That is a lot of money. If we go to BAL here, and we are now at 155k. That is extremely good. So now we're gonna be able to buy spawners and all the stuff we need for PvP. Alright, so those were some really good crate openings, guys. We're gonna be getting into the raid now because it was a ton of fun, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Alright guys, so when we found this faction, we realized that they made a crucial mistake when they were claiming their land. So this is their faction right here, and this is Wilderness and our claims. So what we were able to do here is place sponge right next to their walls, and it would block the water, guys. And if you don't know, TNT doesn't work on any blocks if there's water over it, but because we could place that sponge right there, we were able to simply go right up to their base and place TNT and get in like that. So what we were able to do was just continuously launch TNT into their base slowly with, like, you know, kind of small shots, not even real cannons, and we were able to get rid of most of their wall here. And as you can see on the screen right now, those are their claims. They messed up big time. And then here's us building a very basic cannon. This was an upgrade from what we were doing, but this is just so we can hit the blaze spawners, because as you can see, they are totally exposed there. We've destroyed like almost all of the wall, guys. It's almost all gone here, and we were able to shoot a shot in there. But unfortunately, from this shot and the next shot, we didn't manage to get any blaze spawners at all. We went down through their blaze grinder and found out that they had random loot chests, and they also had tool and armor chests. And this shot here actually did manage to get some blaze spawners. After we deposited those, we decided to go into their base with pearls after buying them from the /shop, and we just kind of had an actual, you know, good look around. And what was really weird here is that they had a random hole here. You guys will see why a little bit later. Using a cool /map feature that was added to this server that updates in real time, we were able to see our raid. So we just went up to the top left corner here where their base was, and you can actually see when we zoom in here all the damage that was done. You can see the holes there, you can see our cannon over down below, and you can even see the water flowing down. So this was very helpful for finding raids, but also determining if a base is raided or not if you found some claims. So after we got the blazes, we decided to move our cannon a little bit farther down, and we realized that their other lower wall had a bit of an overhang, so it wasn't watered. So this is where their loot was, and we really needed those tools and armor, so we immediately moved that down before they logged on and potentially stopped us from raiding them. And unfortunately, these first few shots missed, but then the next shot did end up blowing a hole right into their loot room, and unfortunately the chest didn't get destroyed that time, but the next shot would surely do the trick. And if you didn't know, on this server, you can't open chests in enemy territory yet. That's not a thing that they decided to add. This shot here, as you can see, just spills armor everywhere. I forgot that you can control C to throw everything on the floor, and I just panic and start throwing it by dragging it. I eventually get to the stuff, of course, after, you know, panicking there. And we got some knight armor here, so that all this armor that I got from that little corner there is good for repairing. And we got all this other repair armor, but we also got some really good PvP armor. You can see the Wither King stuff here. We got some King swords and a bunch of good repair armor again. So yeah, and we also got some potions and diamonds from that. Of course, all this loot needed a new home, so we went straight to our base to deposit it, and we didn't waste any time, because if they logged on, they could have probably killed us, because we didn't have any potions at all. And we did end up needing more chests here, so I bought some. I mean, it's a pretty good problem to have, honestly. You know, you need more chests for the loot. We did have a few decent kits on the server, but all this loot definitely will help a lot in, you know, combining to get new sets of armor, because none of the kits do give you Unbreaking 3 protection for you. You kind of have to combine them. And then we noticed that their creeper spawners were in an incredibly strange area here. So if we fly back up, you can see where the cannon's positioned. Under the waterfall right here, their creeper spawners are. So look at this, look at this. Did you guys see that? All their creeper spawners were in a tiny little tube, and they were falling down onto trees. Like, I don't know who designed that, but I think that was a pretty bad design. I do end up falling here like a clown, not once but twice, because I got greedy once we blew up the spawners, and I panic TP'd and jumped down. You know, I kind of paid for that and I died. We kind of look for the spawners here. I get my stuff back. You know, all is good. I shouldn't have died twice there, but I did end up getting the 2 spawners that fell, and then FatBabyPugs did end up getting the others. So yeah, their spawners were up there. They were falling down here. Don't ask me. This was the weirdest base I've probably ever seen in factions. But we head back to our base to put up the creeper spawners. I haven't showed you guys the creeper grinder yet, but you know, we have a few. It's not the most creeper spawners ever, but that's why we did this raid here. And of course there were enemies too, and they're probably going to raid us, but now we got some more creeper spawners, as you can see here, and that's going to help generate a lot more money. And there was my brother AFK up there for us, getting all the creepers to spawn and fall down. You can see the at faction tops there, our enemies were the second highest, but it didn't update yet. They have nothing at this point. So all their spawners now, all their creeper, blaze, everything they had, even their armor and stuff, that will all contribute to RF tops. And you know, the reward doesn't have to be PayPal money per se, but I think it's really, really nice, you know, having something to look forward to, work towards in a game. I think that just makes it a lot more, you know, entertaining, exciting, competitive. And that's what the server does really, really well, in my opinion. Of course, all the other aspects like the PvP are fun, and they do help you, you know, push towards that F-top goal, the PayPal money at the end. Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts by far. Here, we're just trying to get into the last bit of the chests here. So we fire off another shot with a new cannon, and we ended up blowing a hole very fast after 2 shots, and then, you know, one more easy peasy, we got into their chests. They were full with anything from wood to god apples. So as you can see, I got wood planks in my inventory, and then I go over to this side here. There's a god apple, and you know, some random pieces of armor. I don't know why they were storing stuff like that. They should have probably put the god apple in their e-chest. Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't put the god apple in their e-chests, because god apples on the server are worth a ton of money, and they're also incredibly valuable in fights, because it basically gives you invulnerability for like 20 something seconds. So yeah, that very confusing, but you know, I'll take it. And over on the other side, we did happen to blow up their hopper from the blaze spawner. We weren't really aiming for that per se, but you know, we'll take it. We were gonna probably come back for it, but we got it in 1 shot, so that's always nice. And obviously, I'm definitely gonna put those pretty valuable items we got into our e-chest. You know, if we're raided or not, doesn't matter. We want to keep those safe. And here's a picture of their base on the map. That's updated real time with our 2 cannons, completely destroyed their base there. And yeah, so that was definitely very fun. And we ended up giving a blaze spawner and a bunch of gear to one of our fans that joined the server, Joute. You know, that might be you. If you join the server, we might give you free stuff from our raids, super valuable things at that. The blaze spawners would go for like, I think 40k on the server, so they are worth a lot. So yeah, what an insane raid that was. From the profit to the base design, it was completely worth doing. It was very confusing at the same time, but you know, we'll take an easy raid. That was definitely the most interesting base I've ever seen when I've been raiding. Personally, I think one of the most important things in this game is having a safe fallback point when you're PvPing. If your armor breaks in this game, you lose health incredibly quickly, and that's where a trap comes in. Please ignore that. Please ignore that. That is not my doing, and I did end up removing it later, and I'll show you guys, I promise. But anyway, so I started working on it here. So traps are basically something where you could fall back to. You could either kill the person or safely retreat somewhere and TP out. So at this point, I'm just finishing up our trap here. I'm digging out a trench for our water wall so we can't get grief for no reason, because people do that. They'll cannon down traps if they're mad that they got trapped themselves, even though they know there's no loot in it, they just want to grief it. I'm buying chests to store our extra loot in here, just like random stuff that we get while we're trapping or digging out. And I'm also digging out our holes for us to retreat into or likewise trap people. So here you can see one of the sides isn't finished, there's no water, one of the sides is finished and there is water flowing. But there's definitely modifications that could be made. We got some safe rooms here, so basically you can just fall back into them. If someone uses them, you hit them out. You guys will see that in more detail once I do the full tour of the trap here. And yeah, so here you see me building the actual wall part of the water wall. It's super boring, so I'm just gonna speed it up for you guys. I wouldn't let you guys watch 5 minutes of me just placing blocks and building a wall. We gotta do it on 3 sides though, so I speed it up even more. We don't need to do the war zone side because you can't place anything on that side at all, so no one's going to be placing cannons or TNT or anything at all on there really. So basically once those walls are placed there, we can now place the water over top because we did dig out those trenches here, and I speed this up incredibly much because it took so much time to do this because I only had a few buckets. I could have probably bought more, but I was too lazy. I couldn't be bothered. I was just on autopilot. These took a while, but they're definitely going to be worth in the long run because no one's going to be shooting cannons at our base for no reason. Well, maybe a pathetic reason like they're mad or something. And you can see how big the walls are here. We also do end up destroying the big you-know-what. Again, I didn't build this. This was not my doing. I did find it quite funny, but I had to get rid of it. But here's the final product of the trap, guys. So obviously we have our beautiful wall blocking this beautiful trap here. We got 2 fall pits, just to either retreat into or we can push people into, hopefully push people into because then we can get some nice loot. We got our safe rooms here, very basic. You just go in here, no one can get to you. However, if our enemies use it, we can go around on this side here and we can simply hit them out. You can shoot them. So if we do jump down here, we got the string blocking the pearls so no one can pearl out if they do fall in. Then we jump down and there's a bunch of crafting tables here. You guys may be questioning what that's for, and that's so people have a harder time using potions so we can get hopefully kill them easier and their armors will be more intact as well we can get their potions hopefully. We come through these fence gates here and we have the grinding area itself, so you can hit them here. If you want to make it a little bit easier, like if they're jumping around a lot, you can close that and it's just too high, so that's the character model height. They can't really do much there except get hit and move around in the flowing water, which isn't very efficient. So then you jump down into our second one here. Again, a lot of string. The string here blocks you from purling into the actual grinding area itself. And if you're on our team here, you can just go into the door and you can hit them and they can't do anything about it. There's literally nothing they can do. They might be able to shoot you, but it's really hard through that water because of how blinding it is. You're right next to it, so you're not going to be hitting shots. It's going to be very unlikely. And then there's a little bit of a connection here to the other trap that we did with a little bit of a tunnel. I guess the most boring part here is this little upper part here where you spawn if you go to the trap, and there's just a few chests for loot and kind of like a bit of a lookout area, I guess. Now, I did say this is the final product, but we might add some stuff to it in the future, who knows. But there's also going to be a warp desert soon, so I kind of just want to save a bit of resources and claims for that because I think it'll be a lot more fun at warp desert. If you guys are looking for action or you want to see the trap for yourself, you can just go to /warp_pvp, or you can go straight from spawn. Just head out into the war zone and just run straight. That's literally all you have to do. And who knows, maybe I'm there, maybe someone from my faction's there. You might get some action like I said, or yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like down below as it helps me out a lot. Hopefully you guys were okay with the voiceover throughout most of this video as I made it very late at night. I'm super excited to be back playing Minecraft factions from all the memories and nostalgia years before. The owners and staff are super nice and have done an excellent job remastering the old faction server this is based off of. If you do want to play with us or are looking for a good classic faction server, then join play.ruthlesspvp.net. Remember, if you want a free rank, use code CRIZ at checkout with the villager rank. But if you want to use the code, then do it soon as there are only 40 of them with some already being redeemed. That is it for me today, guys, and I'll see you all next time.